You probably saw clips from this interview with the president.
And on his knuckles, he had MS-13.
They say pics or it didn't happen. I say pics and it did not happen. So the president went on live TV and showed very clearly photoshopped images of a man's hand with MS-13 on it in Arial font. And he said, see, gang member. That's not really proof.
Oh, yeah, that was Photoshop. That
was Photoshop, Terry.
This isn't new, by the way. This kind of visual fakery has followed us all throughout history, just like you should follow me. So let's rewind. In the 1860s, Abraham Lincoln got the original Photoshop treatment. Darkroom editors literally cut out the head of Abraham Lincoln, pasted it onto a Southern politician's body. They then rephotographed the composite image so that they could share it with the public and newspapers to show Abraham Lincoln as heroic. Fast forward to 1994. Time magazine takes O.J. Simpson's mugshot and they darken it. They blur it. They add shadows so that he can actually appear more sinister on their magazine cover. Here is Newsweek's unedited cover, by the way, from 1994. This was sitting on the shelves next to the Time magazine cover. Oh, and you might remember this one.
And then he had a press conference in the Rose Garden.
2019, a video of the then House Speaker Nancy Pelosi was slowed down and then they changed the pitch.
And then he had a press conference in the Rose Garden.
What she was saying made her look like she was drunk. And that was just literally basic video editing software and someone with a grudge. Now you don't need editing skills in a dark room, and you don't even need Photoshop. You need a Wi-Fi connection and a free AI image generator. In 2023, an AI-generated photo of an explosion at the Pentagon made the stock market dip. In the 2024 election, deepfakes and AI stuff was everywhere. This is not a slippery slope. This is the cliff. And that brings us back to the current president, of course, who is using fake images on TV so lazy, they're not even using a convincing font. He's believing the one that looks like it was edited on a Chromebook during detention. So visual manipulation, that's not new. What is new is the speed and the scale. We've gone from darkroom composites of Abraham Lincoln to fully AI-generated deepfakes to a president pointing at a poorly photoshopped picture of a man's hand with Arial font tattoos. So we're not just seeing fake stuff, we are believing it before we ask questions. Because the images look real. For the most part, they feel real. And because it confirms what we already want to believe. So here is the part that nobody wants to hear. Just because you saw it does not mean that it happened. You need to apply scrutiny. You need to ask for sources. And you need to remember, if an image or a video is screaming a narrative at you, at best, it's got a bias. And at worst, it's lying to you. Especially if it's in Arial font.